Hi, I'm Candace Boothby, and I'm the president and CEO of the Noonan-Coweta Chamber, and it's my delight today, my good friend Joy Barnes, to share with you on our next segment of Where Are We Wednesday. And I'm just going to start with this. So you are very well known around town, but you're from Coweta, and multi-generation.
Right.
But what I really loved what you've done, because you're in real estate, is you've branded yourself. The joy of real estate. So I want to start with that brand and where that came from.
Well, it was just kind of like an easy thing to do. A lot of people use the name Joy, and especially at Christmas, I'm like, I'm so tired. And at my house, I have a wall of joy. It's just all the things that people have given me over the years that say joy. And when I take people to the house, you'll have to come see my wall of joy.
So if we want to give you a gift, that's what we do, because now you're a collector, even though you don't want to be.
You just have to take that name. And I tell people, when because I love to talk to people randomly. I love to meet strangers. I love to hear their stories. And when they say, "What's your name?" I'm like, "My name's Joy." I have to live up to that name.
You do, absolutely.
And, then I met an agent recently, and we really hit it off. And her name was Karen. And she says,
"Y'all are the polar opposites with what your name means."
She's like, "Well, you try living up to Karen."
I know, right? Yeah.
And I never thought about it.
So you do live up to your name. Right. So I don't know of another person who is as engaged as you are in the community, because you're everywhere. You show up everywhere. You show up at things that are somewhat sometimes random, but you're just there to be supportive.
Right.
Because you are probably the biggest advocate, champion, cheerleader for Coweta, not just Noonan, but for Coweta.
Right. I guess being born in Noonan and having family and
you're related to everybody.
I know, so you just don't talk about everybody because they're probably a cousin. But mom and dad came from. My mom was a Smith, dad was a Brown. Mom came from 14 kids. Dad came from 13.
Okay,
and his family originated in Fayette County. Mom's was here, so there's so many backstories that I could get with on that. But we would be sitting here a month from now talking about.
I know.
So we're going to talk about what we.
It's great, right? Yeah. So real estate, and you've carved out a niche for yourself. But you were telling me kind of how you got into the business, kind of by accident.
Yeah,
so talk about that.
So I had taken a job with a developer out of Peachtree City. One of the first, back in the day, we had all our Noonan
Peachtree City Development Center, PCDC.
Peachtree City was coming in to develop in Noonan. It was like, well, okay, they're here, so let's play nice. And so I ended up at Avery Park because I felt like it was truly a Noonan 30263.
Well, and you very aggressively, with initiative, sold your services to be the designee to represent Ashley Park.
I felt like that project, the Avery family, Parks Avery, and all the people that are still here, I thought that's going to be a great project. It's on my side of the town. I mean, I love going all over Coweta County, but at the end of the day, I go home to my little 30263, walk downtown, and just watch the movement of Noonan, which is beautiful.
Well, let's sidebar real quick, because just for the sake of people that are listening, the beautiful Noonan views, which are townhomes.
Yes.
They call townhome condo?
They're rooftop townhomes.
Rooftop townhomes right across from the Justice Center, First Avenue Park.
Right.
You were the very first to invest in that.
Yes. My husband had been with Noonan Utilities. We had been in the same house at Noonan Country Club for 27 years. He retired very young. And he said, let's move downtown to one of the townhomes. It'd be a great investment. And it has been, and it's a great place to live.
Right.
We have great neighbors, Danny Begg. We have a lot of local second home neighbors, a lot of new neighbors. And
so we see you walking downtown a lot.
Yes.
And if we get time in a little bit, we'll talk about on your fitness side. But go back to the story with PCDC and Avery Park.
So I reached out to them and pretty much was like, you need a local person. This is a local neighborhood. And, they called me in for an interview. I said, I know everything you need to know about Noonan. And if I don't, I can find it out. And it's almost like a little treasure hunt for me sometimes. I engage myself. Being in the city now, I'm on pre-planning, comprehensive planning, development.
I know you're on the 250th anniversary.
200th anniversary, 2028.
The 200.
So I'm doing the marketing and advertising for that as a volunteer.
And Noonan turns 200 in 2028.
And it's and we've been planning this event for like a year and a half now.
Yeah, and Betsy Burnett is chairing that. Right, yes.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be. It's
So
a
we'll have to
year-long
come back and do something just about that.
Oh yeah.
So that opportunity with Avery Park was kind of the tipping point that led you into real estate. You had no desire to ever be a real estate.
I never thought about. I mean, I always loved marketing and sales. I
Right.
did sales for different groups, and then I got over there, and it was my job was to get into the community, talk about the project, go to board of realtors meetings, do presentations to realtor companies, and we were still in Clubhouse. So once
Right.
the construction started, all of a sudden it became a liability for me to sit in that clubhouse, and we would bake chocolate chip cookies for everybody to come in.
And
Talk
you
about
needed
the
to have your
community.
license
And
to
so I
do
had to have
that.
my license, and I was like, I really don't want my license.
Yeah.
And then I got my license, and here I am.
Well, so 25 years this is your silver anniversary.
Right.
So what do you think are the greatest lessons learned in the first 25 years?
You know, you learn to listen more. I go in houses sometimes, and recently I was showing the house, and I was kind of walking down the steps, and I was thinking, oh, this carpet sure is ugly. But the people that was with me, they loved it. And I would never say, like,
You don't
never
verbalize that,
you
right.
don't verbalize.
Yeah.
You go into all different kinds of houses. I mean, people need to declutter. Last year, I had such a beautiful opportunity to be able to help seniors that were just downsizing to the last phase of life.
Right.
So I went to one of my friends. She called and she said, my mom and dad need a realtor, and I know you can help them. And I feel honored when somebody thinks enough of me to put me into the hands of their kids, their
Right.
parents.
Well, I put you into my hands.
I know.
You were my realtor
When you moved to the other side of town.
ago. When I went to the dark side, I left 30263 to 30265.
That's a fun, that's an ongoing joke, but it's fun to talk about.
It
I
is
love
fun.
it. Obviously, I'm out in 30265 right
Yeah.
now, and I show out here.
Are you a 30265 in
here, right here
You
where
are
we're
here.
sitting.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But no, the couple I went out to do their listing appointment, he was 90, she was 87.
Interesting.
And she
Were
said
they moving into a retirement?
they moved into a little
facility?
retirement apartment complex
Okay.
over behind the Jeep dealership, which was, I never even knew it was there, but it was adorable. So when I
Yeah.
went to meet with them, she says to me, she goes, we weren't supposed to live this long. They had lived in all these, they'd been in Noonan all their life, lived in all these fabulous places, and then they went to Celebration in Florida.
Okay.
And said that was like their best experience. And then they came back here because they needed to be closer to family. And she says to me, because she's on oxygen, she said, I shouldn't have smoked for 40 years. And it was just such a, I'm like, but yeah, you're here. But then
That's
recently, after that, later on, like last month, I got word that she had passed away.
Okay.
So I called her daughter and I said, I'm so sorry. And she said, Mom just sat in the chair and went to sleep. And
So that's one of the perks of what you do is all these relationships that you've been able to enjoy and cultivate over the years.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do for the next 25 years?
well, I just got my commercial real estate designation.
Okay, there you go. That's a whole new phase.
That's a new phase. I plan to go up into Atlanta to a lot of we have a lot of networking events through Berkshire Hathaway. And I feel like a lot of the commercial agents up there, they don't really come down here.
No.
And I shouldn't say that I'm trying to grow Noonan, but I want to get our story out to people to be like, Noonan's a great place. I never knew they had so much going on.
So even all these years later, being on the South Side, we still have to work a little harder to get our story out.
Right.
And it's an interesting story. If you go back 40 or 50 years, everything in the banking industry was redlined south of I-20.
Right.
And it was J.T. Williams who built Eagles Landing
Right.
that broke the barrier for higher end housing
Right.
on the south side of Atlanta.
Yeah, and it's my understanding Mr. Joe Crane was instrumental in bringing Interstate 85 through Coweta County.
Yeah, because that's back when
My mom tells me that's
probably Neil Shepard as well when he was big with the Department of Transportation. Yeah, it's I love the whole history of this community.
Yeah.
It's and you and I have talked about when new executives move to town because you've been focused in the medical arena as well as in other areas and helping to recruit people to live here once they locate their business. I think what we have is the sense of community that a lot of places don't, and I think you embody that sense of community.
and I feel like Peachtree City's done a great job of marketing. Like I remember going in the 5th grade. I don't know why I remember going on a field trip and they were just jump starting Peachtree
City.
And I was in 5th grade. I don't know why I remember all that, but it just stuck with me.
Yeah.
And they did a great job marketing, and it has continued to be the case. And I feel like we're catching up. We have something unique that they don't. We have a town.
It's that sense of place, that sense of community.
And, I find that people, like any given night, I go out and somebody from Peachtree City's in Noonan having dinner. Because, I tell everybody.
At Sonoy as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got all these wonderful pockets, and you and I were talking about the possibility of the rail between the two if that
commuter
ever happens,
The thing about the difference in Noonan and Sonoy, and both are equally beautiful communities, Noonan has a nightlife.
Yeah.
Not that I'm looking for a nightlife, but I find like a certain time of the evening, you have the younger group coming out, you got the Alamo, you got the live music, you got the RPM, and I have friends that said, my kids don't go to Atlanta anymore, they just come to Noonan, and I'm like, well, I'm asleep by then, but.
Well, and that's what you want. People want their children to come back and be here, so that's where the job side comes
and I think Noonan and Sonoy complement one another.
Yeah, they do. They do, and Sonoy has a nightlife, which is very interesting as well. So, in closing out, because this has been fun, we could talk for days and days and days. What do you want people to know about the joy of real estate, Berkshire Hathaway, your vision? What the takeaway? They end watching this. What are they going to remember about you?
That I love my family. I love my community. My job, I work with Elevate, I mentor. I go into a lot of the places to, I take food to some of the I want people to know that, life is about giving.
Right.
It's not about what you have, it's about what you give.
So if somebody is interested in learning how to give to the community, or where to start, or places that might be a good fit, you are always open for people to contact you.
Yes, I need, I find myself, I've got a mentor family, and I kind of go over to where they live in some of the inner city places of Noonan, and I'm going over there and I'm taking food, and I feel like helping local. I mean, it's great to go into foreign countries. It's great to go over to orphans. It's great to go to foreign mission trips. But when you're gone, you're gone.
Right.
You're like, you helped a lot of people in the week or two that you were there, but when you come home, for me, I feel like it's ongoing. Like we have
a lot of needs. You and I were talking about the homeless community. There are many needs that we have in our communities. So I think you should be a candidate for Citizen of the Year at some point. I'm not sure that I've ever seen you nominated.
I don't know.
Well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that we should nominate.
Sometimes I feel non-deserving of titles and stuff.
I go back to what I said in the beginning. You are probably the greatest champion for this community, and you don't just talk it, you live it. And I think that's very important. So we're going to have to end this now.
Yes, thank you for coming out.
Time is up, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, I have enjoyed all these many years. I don't even know how many years. How long have you been with the Chamber?
23.
Yeah, I've been a member at least probably 25.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're one of our most loyal, involved. I know that I'm always going to see you wherever it may be. Sometimes you have your hats on.
Yeah. I've tiptoed around different. When there's an event, like tonight, I got a networking event with Cletus at the Country Club for commercial real estate.
Okay.
So I'm always interested to see what Cletus is going to share about the city, that all these this is a big regional.
Did you know that Cletus is chairing the Chamber's Total Resource Campaign this year?
Oh, fun.
So for those of you that don't know, Cletus is the city manager.
Cletus moved back into the...
I do. I know. I have a picture of his house.
I love it. It's fun.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being such an important part of our life and the fiber of this community. And thank you for joining us. And I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit about the joy of real estate, and that you'll be back with us for the next edition of Where Are We Wednesday.